finances, we have our smart money expert, Fox 40 financial analyst, Keith Springer. Good morning, Keith. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. Even with an easy bake oven, I don't think I could bake. I just have no, I have no talent.
I know
for
you
that.
could. Hey, man, you got to be riding high. We were up 100 points yesterday, and we actually are hearing some news of compromise, for better or worse, in Washington. So maybe the fiscal cliff story is going to give us a boost.
You know, I really think they will. I've been feeling all along that they're going to settle it. They both want to go on vacation. They've agreed not to go anywhere until they settle. Boehner came down. He wanted $1 million and above. Obama's been pushing for $250,000 in income before the tax increases. Now he pushed it to $400,000. He also gave away a little bit on Social Security increases, meaning the cost of living increases. They would slow that down a little bit, which would, of course, impair some spending. So it looks like at least they're getting closer. I still think there'll be a deal by next week. But, you know, the market's starting to believe it, too. We just have to see if the market keeps rising. And, you know, or is this a little bit of a buy the rumor, sell the news? You just don't know just yet.
And, you know, we've been talking about Apple recently. They've had a rough couple of weeks, and they're back in court this morning. What's the latest with them?
You know, Apple seems to always be in court. They're constantly fighting with Samsung. Samsung has been growing much faster than Apple. Samsung now has 31% of the smartphone business. They're up from 23%. Believe it or not, Apple only has 15%, up from 14%. A lot of people think Apple is much larger, but Samsung is growing. Apple is constantly pushing for patents to try to slow Samsung down, and this time they got denied. They're just not allowing them to hold off the sale of some of the Samsung electronics, the handheld sets, the phones, the tablets, and it's slowing it down a little bit, but Samsung is growing much faster than Apple, and you know, as you know, Apple's been taking it on the chin, down about 30%, down to almost 200 points in the last month. Wow. So Apple investors have been, taking it on the chin here a little bit.
All right, although it's been a good ride for them if they've been on board for a long time, I know. All right, Keith, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure. If you have any questions for Keith Springer, you can send them to money@fox40.com. You can also call him up at 916-925-8900. And actually, this is a little awkward because